Hi guys, good morning, good afternoon. So for today, I'm going to discuss with you about our last topic for Module 2, which is about Six Sigma. Remember, Six Sigma is one part of the basic tools in TQM. All right, so let's go in. So our objective for today, okay, so these are some of the key takeaways of this topic. Okay, number one is to recognize the challenges and opportunity that you're going to face in all organizations that need to be embraced for changes. A clear and broad understanding of what Six Sigma is, an understanding of how Lean Six Sigma can change your company and drive the change you believe is needed. And then number four, what is the required development, a Lean Six Sigma deployment plan for your company. So these are our key takeaways for our topic for today. All right, so let's talk about the basic baseline and base knowledge and expectation of Six Sigma. As you can see here, the personal experience in deploying Six Sigma, the idea is this one. You see the blue lines indicates that's the idea, and then the baseline is 14%. That's where Six Sigma came into picture. All right, because Six Sigma, even though the idea is this one is greater than 14%, therefore, if we can provide a specific tools or a specific results out of using Six Sigma, therefore we can came up with a proper solution to the problem. All right, so what are your expectation about our Six Sigma? Number one, you will get a new idea in strengthening the organization. Number two, learn about decision making. Number three, learn, discover new ways, ideas to help your team to function more effectively. Number four, learn how to improve. Number five, awareness in the importance of Six Sigma or Lean Six Sigma. Number six, how Lean Six Sigma can help business improve its finances. Number seven, practical application of Six Sigma. And number eight, Lean Six Sigma can help your business planning. And number nine will be your interest in how to make your business better in making process and of course to your employees' performance. All right, so let's go on to the Lean Six Sigma philosophy. Okay, so our objective is to ensure that there is a clear and concise understanding of Lean. Number two, articulate focused Lean thinking. Number three, learn to know some of the Lean tools. And number four, learn the recognition ways in the organization. So as you can see here, this is the Lean philosophy. All right, the philosophy of Lean Six Sigma is a principle-driven tools based on philosophy that focus on eliminating waste so that all activities or step added value from customers' perspective. When we talk about Six Sigma, we will be talking about a lot of ways. Alright? Pag sinabi natin ways, we are talking about the ways in the process. Di ba? If you can remember yung flow chart na pinagawa ko sa inyo, syempre, basically, this is the role of Six Sigma is to identify the ways in the process that you have done before. Alright? So, because our objective here, bakit nga ba natin hinahanap yung ways? Because we prepare the value. Okay? The added value that can enhance your customer experience. All right? So the objective here, number one, is to perfect the value of the customer. Like what I said, ano ba talaga ang gusto ng customer? That is why we are having a Six Sigma. We are prioritizing the customers needed to your businesses. Okay? So number one, objective. Number two, there is a perfect value creation in the process. Diba? Kung naalala ninyo guys, nung pinagawa ko kayo ng flowchart, okay, the process chart, all right? May iba sa inyo gumawa ng about sleeping, ginagawa pagkatapos ng sleeping or doing a business or something. That's why dito pumapasok si Six Sigma. Alin dito sa mga prosesong to are not exceptionally should be in your process. That's what we call the waste. So therefore, it is the role of Six Sigma to identify it and then eliminate those waste. Kasi in Six Sigma, we prioritize what we call the zero waste. All right? Ano yung zero waste? Number one, design, concept to customer, build, your order to deliver, and number three, service to order to cash. All right? So that's the objective of Six Sigma, eliminating waste or zero waste in design, build, and services. All right? There are simply five simple principles of Six Sigma. Number one, value. What's your value to the customer? Value stream, productivity to the organization. All right. Number three, make a product flow so that the customer can pull. All right. as your manage toward perfection. Remember, okay, in Six Sigma, tools get you there. Principles keep you here. Okay, keep you there. Right? So tools get you there. Principles keep you there. All right? So that's the philosophy of Lean or Lean Six Sigma. So how do we identify these waste? Number one, di ba the ultimate goal? Eliminate. Total elimination of waste. Eliminate the waste. Okay? Para malaman natin kung anong mga waste. Alright, tandaan nyo, waste is anything that added cost or time without value. So, ito yung sabi natin if you look at your process flow, sometimes may mga waste dyan without you knowing na sumasobra ka para sa proseso. Alright? So therefore, tumatagal ang pag-deliver. So therefore, the delivery of your product or services are weighing, it's gaining too much time to deliver it. That's why we need to identify the waste. So that yung waste, there is no value added in that process. Waste is often hidden in the process. That's why it is very difficult to detect. Sometimes kasi guys, we are very cling to the idea that we created the process. Okay? In our thinking, it is already perfect, but the truth, it is not. So that's the waste. All right. So here in Lean, it breaks down the ways that makes your process improve and continuously sustaining its process in the businesses. So that's eliminating the waste. Okay. So there are seven deadly ways. Number one, overproducing, waiting, overprocessing, inventory, motion, defect or rework, transport, then plus one, underutilized human resources. So ano ba yung mga waste na ito, yung mga deadly waste sa Lean? Okay, overproducing. Sometimes we produce more product than the demand needed. Okay? So therefore, kapag may nangyaring ganon, lugi ka na kasi hindi mo na benta lahat ng produkto. So that's what we call overproducing. Waiting o in services, ang tagal-tagal ng paghihintay, 'di ba? Wherein pag binigay mo na yung trabaho, ang ginagawa ng mga empleyado nakatunganga muna before they do their job. So that's why here in Six Sigma, we'll eliminate this waiting time. Overprocessing, same thing like what I said with the process flow. Sometimes a lot of people need to sign a certain process in the company. So that's why nangyayari, ang tagal-tagal din ng dokumento. Inventory ulit. Siyempre, guys, if you are in an accounting, kapag accountant ka, as much as possible, you want your inventory um, to be balanced with according to the demand and then the supply. So yeah, so that's what we call here. That's one of the deadly ways. That is the seven deadly ways. Motion, okay? Sometimes ang dami-daming pinupuntahan wherein dapat ito lang dapat pinupuntahan. Defects, rework, or back jobs. Alright? Because of the overproducing, waiting, processing, and etc., nagkakaroon ng another rework or what we call rebooking or what we call back job. Okay, so yan yung mga ganyan. Transportation, sometimes too much transportation are bad for the company, bad for the process. All right? So, then plus more, mga underutilized human resources, sometimes you just hire and hire people knowing that some of those people no longer do anything in the job. Let's take a look at an example of kuwari isang kiosk. All right? And then the product that you are selling is food. All right? I can see some of these they have 4 people. Alright, 4 people. Bakit? May isang tagalinis. Okay, may isang tagalinis, may taga-kahera, may taga-luto, may taga-prepare. Alright? Over. When in fact, yung 4 people na yan, pwedeng dalawin, can be done by 2 people. Kasi not all the time you are cleaning eh. Not all the time you need to deliver. I think the delivery can do cooking at the same time. 'Di ba? And then cleaning, pwede silang dalawang cleaning at the end of the day. So yan. So and then one of kayo mga vacant time. Okay? I think they no longer need those jobs. That's why kailangan you must be very creative when it comes to knowing your people's duties and responsibilities in a company. Okay? Ideal state, produce only what is required by the downstream process when it is required, no more, no less, no sooner. So that's what the lean philosophy is all about. Okay? Produce what is required, do not do over inventory or overproducing so that there will be no waste in the product or supply. All right? Kung ano man requirements in the demand and supply, no more, no less, no sooner. So that's what the lean idea. Look at here the lean tools. Alright, so expose the waste, number one. Okay, look at your process, expose the waste. Ano ba yung mga hindi kailangan? Reduce the variability. Sometimes kasi may overwaste, pero yung sometimes di naman pala. So, tignan ninyo kung ano lang ang pwedeng tanggalin or ilan lang ang dapat i-retain. And then, the control process. Okay? You can always get back on those process na sa tingin niyo dapat pala included or not. Okay? So yan, that's the basic linear tools. These are the examples of Lean Six Sigma. Okay, one time, you visit a doctor. All right, this is the timeline. All right, the patients arrive, schedule naman ang appointment nila, and then the patient handle the form, fill out the form. All right, and then the form completed, patient submit the form to the lab works, and then you wait for the lab. Okay? Patient enter the labs, exit the lab. Okay, nakapagpa-check up ka na, then lumabas ka. And then, after 10 o'clock, 5 minutes, bumalik ka sa doktor. Alright? Ang tagal ng see the doctor kasi naghintay ka pa sa loob. And then the patients leave the doctor office. So this is one example of a lean. Okay? So as you can see here, o yan, so yan. So dito dapat ganyan, dapat efficient. Dapat in just 2 hours, tapos ka na magpapacheck up sa doctor. So that's the idea. Okay? You should eliminate the waste in the process. Alright, so let's go to the concept of Six Sigma. Alright, Six Sigma in concept. Okay, all right, so Six Sigma is a business strategy that leverage a focus on organizational structure that supports the use of powerful statistical tools in conjunction to structure and discipline improvement methodology to solve customer businesses problems. Tandaan niyo, Six Sigma is a business strategy. Okay? It enhance your organizational structure. All right, to avoid waste with the use of statistical tools to determine the possible problem in the process. Improve methodology, syempre, lifelong learning process yan, lagi ang kay Six Sigma, ganun siya. And of course, you will solve a certain business problem. So as you can see here in the diagram, this is the whole Six Sigma process. All right, so from empowering by management, focus on your training, initiative driven, all right, that's the organizational structure, the methodology, the DMAIC, and the DMAB. Okay, yung mga ginagamit natin method. Later on, we'll talk about the MAIC. Alright, of course, the statistical tools, alam na alam nyo to. If you can remember your DSI Lytic subject, ay mga tools na yan na pwede natin gamitin. And of course, we analyze those tools and come up with a proper solution to the problem. So that's what Six Sigma is to the nutshell. As you can see here, si Six Sigma hindi na develop. Before, we only have one Sigma. Okay? As times goes by, okay, look at one sigma. Na one sigma, makita nyo dito in the line, meron siyang 6.8 defects. Okay, the sigma is 3. Di ba? Napakadaming sigma. Alright, we're in Six Sigma conversion table, as you can see here, in Six Sigma, it yields 99.9 defect. Alright? Walang defecto. No waste in the process, no waste in time. So that is the Six Sigma conversion. Alright? Well, in Three Sigma, look at in Three Sigma, they still have 93.32 sigma. Before, it was only Three Sigma. As time goes by, especially in this time, we always look for 99.9% of waste in the process, or almost 100. So that's what the Six Sigma is all about. So what's the comparison between Six Sigma and TQM? TQM, we are basically focused on the workers empowerment and team, while Six Sigma is by business leaders and champions. Okay? TQM activities generally occurs when function, process, individual workplace, while Six Sigma is a project are truly cost-functional. So, separate talaga si TQM. Si TQM, ongoing ang process ninyo. Kay Six Sigma, it is a project-based because hindi mo ma-identify ang waste unless you focus on a certain process in the company. Alright? Of course, TQM, training is generally limited to simple tool improvement. So, simple lang ang TQM. Kung naalala ninyo yung mga pinag-aralan natin before about the tools in using TQM, yun lang yun. Alright? While in Six Sigma, you are more focused or it has a rigorous advanced sets of statistical method. And of course, applying the MAIC methodology. So yan ang difference ng dalawa. Si TQM kasi like what I said, process ongoing kasing process yan eh. What can you what certain problem that you can fix quickly. Kay Six Sigma, it need time to resolve a certain problem. So kailangan nyo i-project yan. Alright? TQM focus on improvement with detailed financial accountability. While Six Sigma requires a variable return on investment and focus on the bottom line. So mas bigger picture ang Six Sigma compared to TQM. TQM, detailed financial accountability. Ano lang ang pwede mong gawin for the meantime. While Six Sigma, while this is a project, that's why you have to resolve it. Because guys, binabayaran ang Six Sigma. If you want to be trained as a Six Sigma, Six Sigma Yellow Belt certified, binabayaran to. Okay? As you all know, I'm also a certified Lean Six Sigma Yellow Belt. Okay, later I will show you ano ba ibig sabihin ng Yellow Belt na yan. Alright, so yan. So look at here, like what I said, considering 1 million planes take off per year, and then the plane crash result at each Six Sigma level as follows. So, ano bang possibility na mag-crash yung plane? Alright? So, yan. Pag 3 Six Sigma, meron siyang possibility of 66,807. Ang laki. Di ba? Pero if you look at Six Sigma, there are only 3 possibility that the plane will crash. Di ba? As much as possible, syempre, like what I said, di ba, in every statistical, tatandaan niyo guys, in every statistical method, there is always 5%, 5% margin of error. Same thing with Six Sigma. Actually, kay Six Sigma, wala pang 5%, 3 nga lang. Alright, 3% lang or 0.3 lang ang possible defect in the problem or the errors in the process. Okay, so why leader love Six Sigma? Number one, impacts bottom line. Ano ba talaga ang gusto niyo? What is it that you want to be resolved in the company? So that's why that's the impact of Six Sigma. You have to create a project to resolve a certain things. Okay, it drives a strategy for executive. Ano bang pwede natin gawin para ma-eliminate natin tong waste in the process? Sometimes kasi without us admitting that there is really a waste in the process, okay, you continue on doing it. So that's why you need to make a strategy for those times. Okay, Six Sigma generates robust, flexible business process. Mas simple lang, mas maganda ang proseso. Six Sigma improves human performance across the enterprises. Of course, wala tayong over human employed people, okay, at the same time you get your good performance. Sometimes kasi guys, kapag wala nagche-check, people become lazy inside the company. So that's why it is the job of Six Sigma to improve your performance. Six Sigma is highly scalable, it's measurable, and then Six Sigma is a low risk investment. Give your employees a training about Six Sigma. Therefore, there will be a low risk in the process. And of course, kapag zero defect, mas malaki ang chansang maging successful yung business natin. Alright, so here's are the benefits of these are some of the benefits of Six Sigma in different companies. Look at here. Sa Ford, look at Ford. Added 3 million bottom line in 2001. They eliminate the waste for more than 350 in 2002. So that's the improvement of Six Sigma on Ford. For GE, look at here. They saved 750 million by the end of 1998. Okay? They cut the invoice defect which dispute 98%. Yung laki 98%, diba? Pero na-reduce nila yan. So therefore, nakapag-save sila ng $75 million. Or while completing that, they were able to save 1 million in the process. Honeywell, look at here. They saved 600 million. Bakit? Because they were able to reduce the time of design to the certification of the new project. Alright, so cutting it down from 42 months to 33 months. Diba? Ang ganda. That's the effect of Six Sigma. They increased their market value from 27% throughout the year of 1998. For motor results, from 4 level Six Sigma, naging 5.21 level. Alright, employee sales productivity increased from $68.9 to 110.1 thousand in dollar per employee. Okay, they were able to save US operations and improve over 2.2 billion. So that's the effect of Six Sigma. So guys, kapag may mga company na kayo in the future, I suggest, o kaya kayo, my dear students, you can always get a Six Sigma training for yourself so that you can be able to improve your company's well-being. Okay, so yan ang Six Sigma benefits. Okay, these are the companies that benefits from the Six Sigma. Look at that. Tignan nyo na lang. Okay, napakalaki ng in-improve nila. Okay, look at Caterpillar. Alright, they were able to improve nung 4 million nung 2001. Okay, 1995 si Johnson and Johnson 3 billion, 34,000 naman kay Noranda and etc. Okay, so the list goes on. This is the what benefits the company. Okay, Six Sigma started with Carl Friedrich Gauss in 1777 to 1855. Okay, here they just do a normal curve. They introduce the concept of a probability distribution. Okay, yan lang introduce niya. Pero syempre, in-improve naman siya ni Walter Shewhart noong 1891 to 1966. Okay, they added standard deviation or introduced the concept of variation in the curve. Hindi ba nakita ninyo? Yung dati, normal curve lang siya. Okay? Adding statistics to the or standard deviation to the process, it gives you a variation of curves. So nagkakaroon ng iba-ibang curves. All right? Then we have William Bill Smith. All right? Added the Six Sigma methodology. Okay? So yan, nagdagdag siya kasi nga like what I said before, 3 Sigma lang siya, ngayon naging 6 Sigma. And of course, si Jack Welch, pinakasikat to, he implemented the Six Sigma for GE on 1981 to 2000. Okay? Sabi niya ngayon, nagbago siya ng work, the way we work. Alright? So, ganyan ang epekto ng Six Sigma sa kanilang company. Okay? From the GE Motors. Alright, so we focus on Six Sigma. So, yan, makita nyo, we need the Y. Y is equal to F. Okay? And close and open parenthesis dx. Y, okay? Ano ba yung gusto niyo sagutan? Well, x1 to xn or number of x are your variables. Of course, y is the dependent and f is the independent variables. Output process yung y, input process naman ng x. Effects naman ng y, cost naman ng ang F, and then monitor, and then control. Okay, so that is what Six Sigma is all about. Okay, if we are so good at controlling S, why do we constantly testing the inspect the Y? Okay, so yan ang epekto ng Six Sigma natin. Okay, so look at here, the traditional quality cost dati 20%. All right, then because of the hidden quality cost, di natin nakita. Therefore, they improve there to 80%. Makita niyo yung parang psychologist yan. Ito yung nakikita natin sa labas. All right, it's like an iceberg. It is what we see here outside. But the truth is, there is an opportunity loss that is lingering beyond the sea or below the sea level. So yan ang cost of poor quality. Kasi sometimes guys, like what I said, kapag gumagawa kayo ng process flow, hindi nyo nakikita yung pagkakamali ninyo. Nakikita nyo lang yung nakikita ninyo. Yung gusto nyo makita. But beneath it, hindi natin nakikita. So dyan pumapasok si Six Sigma. Okay? There are four categories of quality loss. Number one, appraisal, prevention, failure. Appraisal, you give merit. Okay? You use evaluation to determine the process if it's working or not. Prevention, okay? Thinking ahead of a possible loss or waste in the process so that you can be able to prevent it from happening again. While failure cause, ito yung mga back jobs, internal failures, external failures, such as, kunwari, nag-deliver ka ng cellphone, dahil hindi mo chinek, sira yung cellphone ang diniliver mo sa customer. So therefore, you will incur another expense for that product to be shipped delivery back to your end. So yan. So that's a failure cost. These are the four categories of costs. Okay, look at here. These are the hidden factory errors. Alright? Nakita niyo yung input, then yung trabaho, inspection, and then yield. Nakita niyo there is a rework or scrap. Okay? Ayaw natin yan. Okay? Because nung tinrabaho dito, nagkamali na sa pagpoproseso ng produkto, so therefore, binalik yung produkto. So therefore, there is a loss already in the loss capacity in the company's process. Okay? As much as possible, we eliminate the waste, such as rework and scrap. All right? Because it incurs time, money, and manpower failure. Another gastos yan. All right? That's what we call the hidden factory. Mga internal cost that we eliminate as much as possible. All right, so concept unit, defects, and opportunity. The units is the Y, which is the dependent variables. All right, example, unit solved by an agent. every cab reporting at the gate. Okay, imagine kung every time na nakakabenta ka, kailangan mo i-report sa another agent. Bakit hindi natin pwedeng i-direkta na from seller to the management? Pag may agent pa, syempre may cut pa yan. Pag may cut yan, mas lalaki yung gastos. Alright? Sa mga taxi driver, what if they just put a GPS there so that they need that so that they no longer need to report to the gate. 'Di ba? Kasi gas pa yan eh. You're going to spend another gas going from certain place to the gate of the company. So that is a waste in the process. Defect, okay, imperfection, deficiency in the output. As much as possible, like what I said, ayaw natin ng defect. If you want to be a good company, as much as possible, you don't want your customer to be dissatisfied or non-conformance with a certain function. Failure to meet one acceptance criteria to your customer. Di ba? Naalala ninyo in our first activity, what is satisfaction to you? What is quality to you? Di ba? Pag sinabi natin quality, it is what satisfy us as a customer towards a certain product or services. So that's quality for us. So that's yan. Ini-eliminate natin yung defect niyan because of that. Okay? Defect opportunity, as much as possible, eliminate natin. Pag nakikita natin meron ng mali, alright, ano na natin, i-eliminate na natin yung defect opportunity. Alright? And then defective, okay, mga defect product and etc. So here's our example of defect. Look at here. Customers ordered 4 square with 5 circles, each on the surface. Therefore, the square is unit, circle is the opportunity, and then the block is the defect. Okay, therefore, meron silang 4 units, 5 opportunities, 9 defect. Okay, look at here, napakadami ng defect, 9. Alright, 9 out of 4. So, 50% ang defect agad. Alright, therefore, you need to measure it using the Six Sigma level to the next phase. Okay, kasi ang dami 50% agad ang laki ng lugi niyan, 50%. Okay? So, here are the tools of Six Sigma. Alright, like what I said, the DMAIC. Ano ba yung DMAIC? Define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. Define. We need to identify a certain problem. O ano bang gusto nating resolvehin? That's define. That's the define phase. Measure pace. We need to identify which among the process are the problem. Identify using different tools such as Ishikawa, SIPOC, all right, voice of customer, voice of businesses, lahat yan yung mga pinag-aralan natin before. That's the measurement. Pag nalaman natin ng measurement or the methodology, we go on to analyze or chapter 4 kung sa research natin, we use different statistical tools to identify it, like such as t-test, z-test, ANOVA, or you can use a root cause analysis or the FMEA, okay, kung naalala niyo yung mga yan. Alright, to improve process, anong mga pwede natin gawin? Alright, you need to have a brainstorming to be the process map, yung mga yan. Okay, of course, the other statistical tools that we can use to improve it or using the linear regression or linear programming, yan yung mga yan. And of course, kapag na-resolve natin siya sa improve phase, that's the time the control phase. How do we control? How do we sustain a certain problem? So, dyan pumapasok si SPC, which will be our topic after the module 2, the SPC, that is the statistical process control. Process control system, continuous improvement, dashboard, best practice, etc. So yan, these are the arsenals or the tools of Six Sigma. Alright, so yan, so nakikita nyo dito, the DMAIC helps the application guideline. So that is how you do it. So number 1, theory. Ano bang gagawin ninyo? Okay? Reduce variation. Okay, yan yung theory. Yan yung Six Sigma. Lean thinking, remove waste. Alright? Identify the value, and etc. So that's why kinombine nila ang Lean and Sigma. Because of this. Okay? Ayan, so, paano ba gumawa ng Six Sigma? Number 1, define the scope. Define pace. Alright. Current state, future state, and then the gap. It's the define pace. Okay? Pag nalaman mo na yan, alright, nandito ko na ngayon sa measurement, the known solution. Alright, then magkakaroon ng lead project, Six Sigma project, new design, alright, magkakaroon ng DMAIC and the DMAV. Okay, so ito yung mga tools na bayan for opportunity. And of course, to the methods in Six Sigma to be able to identify it using these are the application of Six Sigma in design, purchasing, manufacturing, maintenance, quality assurance, admin, and services. Applicable yan sa buong proseso sa isang company. So that's why it's Six Sigma. Alright, so number one, to do it, alamin yung know the practical problem. What is a problem? Alright, or the defined pace. Statistical problem, what will be the process? What will be the measurement? Okay? Analysis and improvement. Okay? Sa statistical solution and practical solution. What are your long-term solution to the problem? Okay? So that's the Six Sigma. So remember this methodology of Six Sigma. It's DMAIC. Right? Define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. Identify the customer's requirement. That's the D or the define maze. The measurement pace measures the current performance, analyze it, validate, cause and effect, improve, identify the implementation, and then the control or the process. Okay, so ito yung Pommel effect ng Six Sigma. Okay, the DMAIC process. Okay, as much as possible, we sort out the certain variables from 30 to 50 variables to 2 to 5 variables. So that's the Pommel effect of Six Sigma. All right, so here are the Six Sigma culture before and after. So from leader, see quality and separation function with value of total and tactical results. In the end, the leaders using quality to support the business strategy, quantity full integrated into work, LSS, and my job and one DC. Okay? So yan ang epekto nila. Survey customers periodically to measure our current performance. Okay? Using a dynamic voice of the customer process to understand the customer's need regardless of what they currently deliver. So yan, pinag-aralan natin itong BOC na to before. Okay? Number 3, project selection. Determine the local level, not necessarily focus on high city crews. Alright? While in Six Sigma, if na-apply natin Six Sigma, all projects activities align to big whys and support the business strategy. Number 4, frequently guesswork in making a decision. While in Six Sigma, you will be able to measure and analyze the objective data that will help you come up with a proper decision. All right. Number 5, inside-out thinking, respect to company's process and products. Or in Six Sigma, outside thinking, see the company's performance of the customer's perspective. And of course, lastly, we have the function or value, mindset, and practices that we can use to, and then from Six Sigma, naging process focus na siya. Dati function focus. Okay, mindset. Sisiyan sila ng sisiyan. Pero kapag nagkaroon ng Six Sigma, you focus on the process, eliminating the waste in the process. So that is what Six Sigma culture is. Of course, in Six Sigma, may mga project yan. Okay, so everything starts with different belt. Different belt, different level. Like what I said, may certification to. Ako, I'm a yellow belt, Six Sigma. Okay, and the objective here is to malaman nyo kung sinong gagawa ninyo. Siyempre, si yellow belt, me, okay? Kasi hindi ko na naipagpatuloy yung aking green Six Sigma yellow belt. Perhaps after my doctorate, I will be able to continue my green belt. So, yan, si YB, small problem. Green belt, medyo bigger problem na. Kinakombine na yung problem from the yellow belt. And while the black belt, they are the one who look at the whole picture of the problem. So that's the project hierarchy. All right, so here are the key roles of the Six Sigma. Okay, it starts with the champion. They are the sponsor. They are the owner or the process owner of the company. All right, they are the principal responsible for remove the roadblocks from team from achieving the goals. So they are the one who approve everything. They are responsible for making major decision in the improved stage. Okay, while the master black belt, they are the full-time members of the team. Or they are the one who focus on the Six Sigma. Usually, itong mga master black belt or MBB are the professors or the one who are teaching the Six Sigma yellow belt or Six Sigma process. Black belt, full-time member din yan. Okay, they're leading a certain groups. Okay, about the project. Officially, they are the content owner. Green belts uses to the function pro improvement na to. All right, after we identify the problem in yellow belt, okay, si green belt naman, they are the one who full-timely position the function in the vice president and the quality of the team. And then, of course, deployment of team, yan yung mga yellow belt. Alright, so ito yung mga champions, they are required training, dapat meron silang Six Sigma overview, tools methodology, project selection, prioritize, project chartering, and ang ginagawa ng LS project champion. Okay, and then ito naman ang ginagawa ng mga master bake, they're the one who coach. They develop, they deliver, they assist. They are they assist the project identification, and then usually they are the partners of the champion. Okay, so of course, syempre may dapat step by step ito. Of course, the black belts, all right, sila naman strategic. Green belts naman participate in strategic. So yung mga parang senador ito sa isang government. Okay, they are the one who lead the impact of the project within the department, deploy the techniques, measurement, analysis, improve controls, master basic tools and statistics. So yan mga trabaho ng green belt. Well, yellow belt, usually they are the one who participate in strategy. They have a high impact in the process improvement project. Apply basic quality tools within the project. Of course, they are the one who measures, analyze, improve the control of the project, and communicate the project to the department. So usually si yellow belt, okay, meron na silang um, things. Uh, at least alam na nila ang DMAIC or DMAV. Okay, that's what I have right now. Wala pa akong green belt because syempre, because of time. Okay? So yan. So this is the yellow belt. Alright, so this is the component or the people power within the Six Sigma. So before kasi yellow belt lang yan. Ngayon nagkaroon na sila ng white belt, which is the defined pace. Ngayon, before kasi wala pang white belt. Ako na experience ko yan, yellow belt ako agad eh. Alright, so naaral ko ang DMAIC and DMAV and etc. Followed by the green belt, black belt, master black belt, and then the executive leader. So this is the component of the Six Sigma. All right. So like what I said, the main component of Six Sigma is what we call ADEMAIC. All right. This is a 3-month project timeline. All right. You have to learn time define pace, measure pace, analysis pace, implement pace, improvement pace, and continuous paces. Okay. And of course, kapag may Six Sigma project ka, it will end by the end of the year. Okay. And then you have to report the results of the project. So yan ang Six Sigma. So medyo matagal-tagal ito. Okay? 3 months yan para matapos. Okay? So the last time that I had this was during 2010. Okay? Yung nakapag-yellow belt ako. Pero hopefully, we'll be able to finish my green belt soon. Okay? Then, become a green belt. Alright, so here are the tools, okay, para malaman nyo. So like what I said, start with DMAI. Define, measures, analyze, improve, and continuous event. Okay, ito yung mga tools and techniques. Sabihin, mga pinag-aralan natin before kay TQM, dito lang din siya. Dito mas focus lang siya sa mga diagrams and etc. Nakikita nyo may scattered diagram din, process mapping or the process improvement, inferences, cause and effect, FMEA, root cause analysis, yan, mga ginagamit natin. Okay, control chart, standard procedure, may run chart din sila, check sheets, descriptive stats, measurement, evaluation, benchmarking, okay, etc. So yan yung mga tools. So basically lahat ng mga pinag-aralan nyo kay TQM, dito papasok lahat kay Six Sigma. Lahat ng tools, everything about the tools that we have just studied here in module 2 are inside the DMAIC and techniques for the Six Sigma. All right, guys. So that's it for today. I hope you learn a lot. So take care, everyone. Goodbye and ingat.